The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes. We've got a few more people getting logged in right now to the webinar. So if you guys just want to hang tight for just a couple more minutes, we're going to get this going here in just 1 or 2 minutes. Build your website and manage it and pay for it for 2 years, or we can get you the latest version of an iPad. If you get the $300,000 level in the first 6 months, then we've got a few other options available. You can do $1,500 gift card. We can give you $2,000 for marketing reimbursement. Or we can do a $3,000 postcard mailing around Social Security and get you that software as well. If you do the $500,000 level, then you have the opportunity to pretty much let IMES pay for your first seminar. That's going to include one-on-one coaching with one of our 2 seminar coaches. We've got Matt Gill, who does more of a fixed index annuity approach to a seminar. His coaching comes with a $5,000 postcard mailing for your first seminar, so a great opportunity to jumpstart doing the seminars. Dave Pimper does a Social Security 401k kind of approach to his seminar, and his coaching comes with a $4,000 postcard mailing as well. Or you can opt out and do maybe some Ritz-Carlton travel rewards, or we've got other options as well. So great opportunity when you first get going with IMES to have us partner with you and help you with those marketing expenses right off the bat. So it's a great opportunity. After your first 6 months, then you're going to be eligible for several other incentives. Marketing reimbursement, I'm going to go to that one first. So after your new producer bonus is cashed out, all your premium is going to be counting toward marketing reimbursement. So for every $100,000 you do in annuity production, we're going to put $100 in a marketing account for you. There's no limit on really what you can do with that. I don't see Steve turn down much on that. If it's going to be something that's going to help you as a producer grow your business, we want to let you use that money on that. It's a great way to give the agents the control as far as what they're wanting to do on the marketing front and where they'd like to spend that money. That is a reimbursement program, so you'd pay for the expense, fax us in a copy of the receipt. We send you out reimbursement dollars. We also have a referred producer program. This is available for you day one. If you were happy with the service you're getting here at IMES, happy with the way your business has been going and the way you've been growing, and want to refer an agent over to us, when you refer that agent to us, we're going to give you $50. When they write their first piece of business, we're going to give you $100. And then going forward, all the production they write is going to count. You're going to earn 20 basis points on all their business. So as they're writing premium, you're going to be earning 20 basis points on that as well. That's not coming out of their commission. That's not coming out of your commission. That's coming out of our commission. So that's coming out of our pocket. That's something we look forward to paying. That's something we, as you know, referrals are big in your side of the business. It is the same thing on ours. So if it's something you're happy with, the service you're receiving, we always are welcome to referrals, and I'm sure your marketer or the people you've been talking with will always ask for them as well. But it's a great way for you to make money as well. That's paid out on a quarterly basis, so nice surprise every quarter just to get a little check for referring people over. So great opportunity there. Here at IMES, we it's part of our name, Insurance Agency Marketing Service. We really emphasize on the service aspect of that. As you all know, if you've called here, someone always picks up the phone. We're going to pick that up on 3 rings every time. You're always going to get your questions answered right away. If for some reason you're calling for me and I'm on the phone, there's 8 other annuity people in my department that do exactly what I do, who can help you get what you need right when you need it. We believe that that is very important, and we really believe in our back office support as well. Everything from, we always say, from submission to commission. We're going to help you from helping you design that case, when you write the business, sending it into our office, letting the new business team scrub that for you, make sure it's in good order, see if there's anything you were missing. The goal there is to help you submit business in good order so that you get paid faster. And we're going to continue to follow up on your business every 3 to 5 business days to make sure that it's moving through the channels properly. We've got a lot of other things. Like I said, we do case design. We can help you with getting you out the forms you need. If you'd like supplies mailed out to you, we're happy to help you with that as well. We've got different coaching opportunities, whether it be on seminars or other marketing things as well. And We really like to, our goal is to help you grow your business. And if we can help take some of that back office support, off your plate and help you with that, we feel that you would be able to be in the field more and ultimately producing more. We also have a paperless contracting system now. So when you first contract with IMES, many of you have probably seen it. We've got a contracting pack that you fill out the first time. After that, once we've got that scanned into the system, if you want to add carriers at any point, you could call me and ask, Laura, I want to add AIG. And I can email our contracting department, and they can add those carriers on without you having to do anything. So we're really just trying to save you time and all efforts and all aspects of your business and just make your life easier. Creative team. This is one of my favorite slides. Our creative team is a big portion or big part of our business. We really think it's important that just as for our business as well as yours, it comes down to how you're going to market yourself. And we've got the right tools here to help you with that. The creative team can help you with anything from maybe when you first started starting off in the business, maybe helping you create a logo and helping you, or even if you've been in the business a while and don't have these things created already, we can help you with a logo and help you with business cards, help you put that onto stationery. Once we do that, we'll talk to you about maybe doing a website, get your name out there, and then any advertising that we do for you, whether it be helping you with a newsletter or a mailing or maybe just an advertising piece for a local magazine or newspaper, everything we do will then have your logo and your branding on it. So we can really customize it to you, and everything we do being able to help you with this. So anything that we can be assisting you with as far as the marketing stuff, give Andrew a call. We've got a lot of agents tapping into the social media marketing. That's another big one. So maybe you're looking to do some email marketing or just maybe create a online newsletter that you send out to your clients every month. Those are things that our creative team can help you with. They can help with the design work, help out with the layout, and really help you as far as get going on the marketing front. So our creative team is very important part of our business. If you're contracted with IMES and doing business with us, you have access to that department for free. Depending on what we're going to be doing for you, there could be small costs, or we could use your marketing dollars for that, but we really think it's important to be up to speed on what you want to do on marketing and help you with that and partner with you on that. So creative team, if you do have any questions as far as what they can do or have some ideas and just want to bounce it off someone, give Andrew a call. He's in our creative department. He'd be happy to answer your questions. If you haven't joined or gone out to our website, it's www.imesinc.com. If you haven't gone out to our website and checked out what we've got out there, it's a really great resource for a lot of different things. Maybe you've got a late appointment and you need an annuity quote, or you're working on some term quotes and you just need to get them done quickly. I mean, these are things that you have access to on the weekends or in the evenings when maybe you can't reach your marketer. So there's a lot of great things. One of the newest things on our website that I think is very important, and I want to specifically emphasize on this. If you go onto our website and you get logged in and you go onto the support tab, there's a sales resource library. And this is just a great tool for you as an agent. It's got a lot of client presentations. It's got a lot of fact finders, different calculators. So if you're looking for information on maybe a specific topic or thing, check out our sales resource library. There's a lot of great things out there as far as marketing ideas, just a whole array of different items out there. So it's a great way. You can request illustrations from us on the website. You can get a lot of your forms out there. There's just a lot of great information, great tools for you while you're out in the field as well. So if you haven't checked it out, go out there. If you have any trouble getting logged in or you don't remember what your login was, give Andrew a call. He can help you reset your password or help you get set up as well. So some great things out there on our website. As many of you know, when the DOL came around a couple of years ago, there was a lot of talk about, there was just a lot of changes, let's go with that, to the industry. And when those changes started happening, we started IMES Wealth Management. So we have been doing business for just a little over a year now. Charles Jr. and his team do a great job over there. If you're looking to really complete what you're doing for your clients, this is a great opportunity to completely service your clients. The worst thing is when you walk into a house, maybe the client has $500,000 and an annuity carrier says you can only put $350,000 into the annuity based on the situation. What are you doing with that other $150,000? Are you just leaving it on the table for someone else to come in and manage? Or another outlet would be maybe getting your 65. With IAMS Wealth Management, all you need is a 65, and it's all fee-based. So you're charging your clients a annual fee for your services and your advice, and then you build up your assets under management. And this is a great way for you as an agent as well to build for retirement. So I always like to talk to my agents about just completing what they're doing for their client, not having any reason for another advisor or another agent to come in and possibly take your client. So if you do have any questions, or if you've been considering maybe entering into the security side a little bit, we've got a really user-friendly portfolio. Got about 10 different portfolios, anywhere from very conservative to very risky. So really it's a very simple process, and Joan and Mike and Charles are ready and willing to answer any questions. If this is something you've thought about doing and maybe not sure if it's something that would be the best for what you're doing, just give them a call. They'd be happy to walk you through some of that. And I'm actually going to throw up our first poll question. I'm going to throw that up real quick. If you guys could go ahead and answer that so we can continue with the presentation. If you do just want any information, answering yes to this question will really just have one of the people in our team from IAMS Wealth Management reach out to you, see what questions they can get answered for you, and see if there's anything they could be helping you with on that front as well. I will also mention, in some states, we do have the capability of doing a soliciting agreement. So maybe you not sure if you want to take your 65 or not. That's another option, is maybe becoming a solicitor for IAMS Wealth Management, which really means you recommend us to your client. We get them in contact with our IAMS Wealth Management team, help them get their business taken care of, and then we pay you a portion of the fee that we charge clients as well. So not all states is it available in. I know there's some, Ohio, California, for example, do allow it. I know there's several others that do as well. So it's another great opportunity if you're not ready to maybe take your 65 yet, but you have some clients in mind. Give them a call, because that might be another opportunity for you to as well make some money on that as well. One thing I will mention on that solicitor agreement as well is that once you get your 65, pass your 65, and maybe join IAMS Wealth Management, we will transfer all those clients that you referred over to us directly to you. So you'll make that full 1% fee on that business. So it's a great way to, as you're studying and preparing for it, to maybe build up that business. So when you do pass, we can transfer those clients and you've already got assets under management. Our Life and Annuity Academy. So for many of you, you may have seen some of the names on here who've come into one of these before, but what we do here at IAMS is 3 times a year, sometimes up to 4 times a year, we do a 2 to 3 day training where we fly you in. It's all expense paid. So we pick up your flights, we pick up your meals, we pick up your hotel. We either do them here at our home office here in Omaha, Nebraska, or maybe at one of the carriers' home offices up in Des Moines. But what it is it's really geared toward marketing. How can we help you grow your business? We're going to bring in some of our top producers who started at the bottom and worked their way to being top 10 producers for IAMS. They're going to share some of their ideas, some of what they did. Some of them are unique niche products that maybe if you added to what you're offering your clients right now could add a lot to your bottom line. We'll have different people from our team here at IAMS as well, and they're talking about a lot of different marketing things and how we can really help you grow your business. The goal from this is to bring you in, give you a lot of information, a lot of tools that maybe you weren't aware of, and help you go back and apply those to help you increase sales. So with that, I'm going to throw up the second question. If you are interested in one of our Life and Annuity Academies, go ahead and answer yes to this. What that will do is send you out a link later today with a registration link where you can go on and complete that. The seats do fill up quickly. I do know our next one I don't know the exact dates yet, but it's looking like September timeframe is when we'll be doing our next one. So, again, it's a great opportunity for you to be rubbing elbows with 40 other people doing exactly what you're doing and looking for ideas on way to grow their business. So, if you haven't answered that, if you could go ahead and answer that question now so we can move forward with the presentation, that'd be great. Alrighty. And my last slide before we hand this over to Jared is going to be about our top producers escape. We do an 18th month qualification for our top producers marketing summit, I guess you could call it. So this year's qualification is $3 million. Qualification started back in January and it'll run through June of next year. So we've got plenty of time to qualify. Takes $3 million of annuity production, 2.25 of single premium life, 250 of life target premium, or any combination of what you see there on the screen. We're going to be going down to the Naples, Florida, the Ritz-Carlton down there. There's a spa, there's golf. It's for you and a guest. So it's, again, a great opportunity just to relax. This is our reward to you. This is us saying thank you for doing business with IMES, and it's always a great time as well. So the dates on that is August 25th through the 29th of next year. So like I said, you do have plenty of time. Got about a year left to qualify for this. And it's always a great time by all of our producers. So with that, I'm going to actually hand over control over to Jared. Like I said, we do have Jared Anderson with us today. He's from Market Synergy Group. Market Synergy Group is the one who designed this product that we're going to be looking at today. So with that, Jared, I appreciate your time, and I'm going to hand it over to you.
Perfect. Laura, let me know if you'd stay on for just a second and make sure that you're seeing the screen as we discussed prior to the launch of the webinar. So,
nope, you're good.
No slides on the left. Everything's good?
We are golden.
All right. Well, we will just get started, and I appreciate you guys taking the time. Laura, thank you for the introduction. As Laura mentioned, my name is Jared Anderson from Market Synergy Group. Briefly, over the next 15 or so minutes, I want to talk to you specifically about the product offerings that we have through Market Synergy Group and our exclusive distribution with our partnership with IMES in Omaha. So keep it very simple. What we want to focus on first and most specifically is our FIA offerings through AIG American General. What I suggest that we do is when questions come up, please feel free to type them into the box or call your marketer at IMES. I'm going to go over this pretty quickly, as I mentioned, and we'll cover it in pretty good detail, but I also want you to make a phone call to them to get a better understanding of what it is that we're dealing with. So as you can see on the screen, we offer two products through American General. The Power Select Builder is simply a safe accumulation type of a product, so no income rider, therefore no income rider fees. We have some ideas, some concepts, some sales ideas around potential planning that we can use with this specific product in the event that the client needs access to some of their money utilizing free withdrawals. Additionally, we'll talk about the Power Select Plus Income. Within that product, you have two different options, the Lifetime Income Plus or the Lifetime Income Plus Multiplier. I'll get into details around the differences between those two different rider options that are available within that product as well. So just quickly, how do we drive our accumulation? As you guys are on the line are all well aware, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, insurance companies started getting more involved in designing and adding volatility control indexes to the crediting options within your product portfolios. Interest rates were at all-time lows. S&P caps were not at attractive numbers. So the idea, the thought process, the concept was, how can we give more potential upside growth while still controlling the volatility within an FIA? We understand we have the protection of zero, but give us some solutions where we can be a little bit more aggressive in our opportunities to get that upside. So within our product portfolio for both the Power Select Builder and the Power Select Plus Income, we have two different vol control indices. The first one we'll talk about is the PIMCO Global Optima. This is our newest, which has been around for probably 6 or 7 months. And really what this one is a true equity focused portfolio type of vol control indice. As you can see on the screen, there's different portions that are allocated into international, emerging markets, large cap, small cap, mid cap, manage risk on a daily basis, goes in and out of cash. So the ultimate goal for this one is try to maximize the equity exposure within the index in order to receive or potentially get those higher returns. I oftentimes use the baseball analogy. This truly is the home run type of an index. So to be realistic, to help you understand where we sit with this one, my expectation is to see a lot of double-digit returns or potentially a lot of double-digit returns. But in addition to that, you're also going to run across some zeros because this one is so heavily focused on the equity side of things. In addition to that, our ML Strategic Balance Index is what we have. It's a little bit more of a traditionally fixed fixed income type of a strategy. It's two different parts between S&P 500 and the fixed income portion, which is the Merrill Lynch 10-year Treasury futures. This one, and again, going back to my baseball analogy, is more for singles and doubles. So to maximize our opportunity within the FIA, oftentimes I'll get the question from one of the marketers at IMS or any of the other organizations that we work with, how do we allocate? Obviously, we can't predict the future, but our ultimate goal by adding these two volatility controlled indexes is have something that's more fixed income driven, bond equivalent, if you will. In addition to that, so the PIMCO Global Optima on top of that, and we have a higher equity exposure, giving us the opportunity for those those equity-like returns when markets are screaming and going up, and as they have over the last couple of years. So the way we look at it, we've got a great balanced portfolio, if you will, within the different volatility controlled indexes. In addition, we offer S&P caps very similar to the rest of the FIAs in the space today. So really a simple, safe accumulation product within the Power Select Builder has been our #1 selling product over the last 4 years as we've worked with AIG American General on this. So I just want to quickly go over an illustration to help you understand, again, talking a little bit about how we recommend the allocation within the illustration portion of the product. I've got $1 million illustration here for a 65-year-old client, as you can see in the top left screen. Again, using the allocation of 25% into the S&P PAR, 25% into the MLSB, and then 50% into the PIMCO. One of the things that I mentioned earlier, we'll talk about our income product here in a minute, and we'll talk about where it fits and where we think it's most competitive compared to the others that are out there in the industry today. However, one of the sales ideas and solutions that we've had a tremendous amount of success around is simply utilizing the builder product and taking free withdrawals. Excuse me. As you can see on the screen here, that's what we've done here. And why we like this is for situations in which clients don't know exactly when they want to take income, how much income they want to take. It just gives us a lot more flexibility. So as you can see on this specific screen, what I did was for a 65-year-old deferring for 1 year, the highest guaranteed income in the industry is somewhere around $65,000. So I've simply matched that income rider option right here, as you can see in this specific column, through the withdrawal amount. And from an illustration standpoint, obviously we don't know what will happen, but we're just looking at past performances as we do every single day with these products. You can see that we've utilized the free withdrawal option in this scenario all the way up to the end here. Let's see, my slide should be coming, there we go, to age 95 in this specific scenario. We started with $1 million. This client was able to take out $1,950,000 and still have a contract anniversary value remaining of $1.3 million. So again, this is a solution that makes sense for those individuals who are not looking to have something locked up for life, to pass on to their beneficiaries, to utilize the free withdrawals, and quite frankly, to mimic the existing lifetime guaranteed income riders. So what are the trade-offs? Obviously, this isn't guaranteed. Obviously, this isn't guaranteed for life. All we're looking at is basing it off of an illustration, which, you know, as I mentioned, we're doing every single day with these types of products that are out there and available today, using our most recent illustration with a diversified allocation between S&P, MLSB, and PIMCO. You can see the results. And as I mentioned, this has been our #1 selling product over the last 4 years through AIG American General. And a lot of it has to do with this easy, safe, simple concept. The other thing that I'll add, it doesn't matter where you're located in the U.S., our product is the exact same in 49 different states, so no product variations, nothing changes. Florida, California, Ohio, generally speaking, Texas are difficult states for product approvals. The exact same product with all the crediting options are approved in 49 states. If you happen to be in New York, we're out of luck, but that generally speaking is the case with all FIA products. So that's a quick overview on our simple, safe accumulation product, as I mentioned to you. If you have questions or you want to run through an illustration, please contact your marketer at IMS. Laura does a ton of these. She understands the product as well as anybody in the industry, so she'd be happy to answer your questions as well. What I want to do next is briefly talk to you about our 2 different income rider options. As you can see on the screen, we have one product, the Power Select Plus Income, and at time of issue or at time of application, you decide if you want Lifetime Income Plus or Lifetime Income Plus Multiplier. The top one, the Lifetime Income Plus, is guaranteed. The multiplier is performance-based, and I would say that, quite honestly, what we've seen over the last, call it 6 months, is a tremendous amount of pickup in the Lifetime Income Plus multiplier. And I'll show you here in a second where that works and where that fits and where it makes the most sense. So when you're talking about income riders, generally speaking, for you advisors on the line, what's going to happen is you're going to have a situation where you call into IMS and say, okay, I have a 63-year-old that wants to take income in 5 years. IMS has the ability to plug it into a specific spreadsheet, and they'll spit out the top 5 different carriers. You'll walk through the advantages of each, the disadvantages of each. So what we've done around our design with this product is tried to focus on that number. We oftentimes refer to the guaranteed income rider as a spreadsheet game, if you will. Here in a second, I'm going to show you where we fit into that spreadsheet and then kind of talk to you about how we designed it that way. But what I wanted to show on this screen is you have to take a look at all of the features that are associated with an income rider. And one of the things that we knew was important was to have substantially competitive payout factors. As you can see, starting at age 65, which generally speaking is about a year or two before full retirement age, statistically speaking, as you can see, we're at 5.25 from a payout factor perspective, increasing 15 basis points every year. In addition to that, we've seen more and more people start to do joint income planning. So we are simply a 50 basis point reduction based on the age of the younger of the two. So as you can imagine, that puts us in a pretty competitive spot. Just to show you a couple different examples of that. I'm sorry, let me take a step back. First, I want to give you a few more details on the Lifetime Income Plus. As I mentioned, this is a guaranteed income rider. It's 8% simple interest growth for a 10-year term of the contract. Quite frankly, from our standpoint, the way that we look at it, if you're looking beyond 10 years, we feel as if the builder option is a better option. The client's not paying an income rider fee for this specific product. That's 1.1%. We're keeping flexibility available. The way we look at it at Market Synergy Group, we're a product development and distribution company. Our expectation is 10 years from now, when that client has the ability to reassess and change their overall income planning and retirement planning, there's going to be better products out there and available. So again, our recommendation is always to utilize the free withdrawals within the builder safe accumulation type of a product, giving you the chance to reposition them when they're ready to take income. So we have 10 years of growth, which puts us in a really competitive spot in certain areas. As you can see here on the heat map, this is something that we've created to show some of the top carriers, if not all. I think most all of the top carriers are listed from a guaranteed income standpoint. You can see the carriers listed in the bottom left that we've compared to. But as I mentioned, if you call in with a specific scenario, Laura or somebody at IMS is going to spit you out some numbers. You can see all the ones here. This is on a single life. So our idea, our thought process was, if we can be competitive from that 3 to 7 years of deferral for guaranteed income, we think we're in a pretty good spot. And when I say 3 to 7 years, we want to get them to full retirement age to start taking that income. So really, probably 66 and a couple years of deferral and beyond. As you can see, we're super competitive, top of the list. And then for those older ages, when we feel as if maybe the performance-based income isn't necessarily as important, you can see all the ones that we have there. As I mentioned earlier, joint income was a big part of our design and something that was extremely important to us. So as we go to the next slide, from a joint income perspective, with our payout factors only being reduced by 50 basis points, you can see how many more ones jump up in there, because we know how important that is for you as a planner and for your clients as you walk them through their retirement assets and how they want to position those. So again, quick overview. As I mentioned, if you want to call Laura or anyone on the IMS team, they'd be happy to run you an illustration. And then, Laura and I talk on a regular basis. So if any questions on that specific product come up, please let me know. So the Lifetime Income Plus multiplier, moving on to the different income rider option that we have available that I mentioned you select at time of issue. As I mentioned earlier, this one is slowly becoming our most popular product because of the features that it has. So it's fairly simple. During the deferral stage, the client has the ability to earn up to 2 times the credit for their income base. We call it double and match. Once they've elected income, whatever credited interest rate they receive on their contract, they also receive to their income. For instance, if you're receiving $10,000 a year in income and your annuity credits 4%, your new guaranteed income for life becomes $10,400. Okay? Just again, a quick example of that. During the deferral stage, say for instance, you have a client that says, I know I want to take income with this. Here's my number, but I'm willing to give up a little bit of the guarantee in order to have the performance-based side of it. This is a great fit for them. And one of the comments that I use quite often is, oftentimes, all of you on the line, my suspicion is you're selling FIA products because you believe in them. The same thing can apply really to an income rider. Guaranteed income riders are great, but oftentimes we're positioning these FIAs for the clients because we want to give them that upside potential. So what we've done with this multiplier is applied that to the income to, excuse me, to give them a chance to see their income increase throughout retirement. One of the terms we often use here is equity inflation. So we're keeping up with equity inflation. As we see credits to our income account, we also see credits to our income and see an increase there. So as I mentioned, during the payout phase, a 5% credit would mean a 5% increase into your income. So how does it stack up? One of the things that I love about this product is, generally speaking, if you see performance-based income riders in the industry today, what's going to happen is they're going to reduce their payout factors in order for you to take that increasing income option. That's not the case with us. So where I would say that we are most competitive with this specific product is for immediate income. And quite frankly, if you're doing income planning and retirement planning, there's going to be a lot of clients that are running into situations where they've retired and they've got a 401k or they have some sort of an IRA and they're ready to take income off of that right away. Our product has the ability to start income within 30 days, which is a super big deal because not many of those offer that. A lot of times if you have increasing income, there's sometimes 5 and even up to 10 years wait before you can turn on that income. So the top left example that I'm showing you here is a 65-year-old taking income immediately. The highest in the industry pays $5,540, I believe is the number, the North American Benefit Solution 10. As you can see, to age 85, you're guaranteeing that client $110,640. If we simply use, one of the average, if you will, illustrated numbers from the S&P 500 most recent, you can see that our number grows to $169,000. So we're offering them roughly $60,000 more in income from a most recent perspective. If we look at the unfavorable period of the S&P, which includes 4 zeros and a negative 1% annualized return, which I'll cover here in a second, you can see we still pay $25,000 more than them. And then on the right is our guarantee. Okay, so our guaranteed income starts at $5,250 for that scenario. The highest in the industry, as I mentioned, is $5,540. To me, I would think to you and probably to most of your clients, they would be willing to give up $250 to know that throughout the life of that contract, anytime that they get a credit, they get an increase in their income. Again, so those early income scenarios is where I find this product to be the most popular and the most fitting, and quite frankly, the most competitive. We did a 1, 2, and 3 year deferral that you can see on the screen there. As you can see, the longer you defer from an illustration perspective, the better it looks, the guarantee goes down. So again, part of our design was to be competitive in that 3 to 7 years of deferral for the guaranteed income rider, knowing that we have this option available for the first couple of years in order to take advantage of that increasing income option. So I just want to run past an illustration with you here real quick. Allocating the same way that we always do when it's not requested. This is not our highest illustrated number. This is the one that makes the most sense in my opinion, the one that I would recommend if the question is asked to me from a marketer such as Laura at any given time. 25% into the S&P, 25 into the Merrill, and 50% into the PIMCO to give us that opportunity for those home run type returns. As you can see, this is a $1 million case, so we upped the numbers a little bit, but starting out at $52,500, from an illustrated income standpoint, we grow to $111,614. As you can see, that's a pretty big number. This is something that's attractive to a lot of people. I mentioned earlier that the highest guaranteed income in the industry, if you're starting income immediately, is $55,000. So in this scenario, we're giving up around $3,000 annually in order to have the opportunity and upside potential. Again, from an illustration standpoint, of almost actually more than doubling that income over the life. So again, this is our concept around keeping up with equity inflation, if you will. The other thing I mentioned to you earlier, one of the strengths of this income rider, if you will, is the design around the ability to see increases when there's any credits. One of the things that I like to point out is if you allocate 100% into the S&P, this would be the unfavorable page. And if we look here at the top left, if you can see my mouse moving around there, I'm not sure if you can or not, but this is a specific period from 1998 to 2008. So as you can see, this includes 2000, 2001, 2002, and then the crash of 2008. Going back to the numbers we shared earlier, $55,000 is the highest guaranteed income in the industry, right? We start at $52,500. After 10 years, with the 4 down years of the S&P in the early 2000s, you can see a negative 1% annualized return in the S&P overall, we've still grown to 67,738. So again, you have to focus on the design behind the income rider and how it works for you and how it works for your client. So this is a huge piece to me, and one of the illustration slides that I oftentimes like to use in order to help people understand the power of the ability to see increasing income throughout the retirement and not having to give up a substantial amount during those early years. The last thing I'll cover is we've got a bunch of marketing pieces that Laura and the rest of the team at IMES has access to. Feel free to call them. My suggestion, or at least my request from each and every one of you on the line, is call in with the case that you're either working on or that you worked on over the last couple of months. Just give us a chance to compare it to. Give us a chance to look at how this specific product works. As I mentioned, this is an exclusive distribution. We have limited distribution partners that have the ability to sell this, IMES obviously being one of them. And quite frankly, there's not a lot of people out there talking about it. The biggest competitor in the industry has over 200,000 contracted agents. We're at roughly 3,500. So you're going to be sticking out in your area, your neighborhood, your market by talking specifically about this product. So we feel like that gives you a huge opportunity and a benefit as well. Just going to run through a few more pieces that we have available that are client facing, that are agent facing. Laura has access to all of these. Be happy to get them to you if you have any questions on that. One of the other things that I'll quickly add, I think this is very easy. This is very simple. This is a way to gather assets, if you will. Market Synergy Group is also an exclusive distributor for the Colorado Bankers Life MIGA products. This launched for us in February, and as you can imagine, we are extremely competitive on all three different areas, the 3, 5, and 7 year. One of the things that's important to point out with a MIGA, I'll keep this short and simple, is paying attention to the features that are available. Our MIGA product has all of the features that you can ever ask for: the free liquidity, the interest only, the RMDs, the death benefit. All of that's included with the rate that you see there. Sometimes you'll see teaser rates out there, but in order to get that rate, you're giving up liquidity, RMDs, or you're giving up a death benefit and other things. So something to pay close attention to. What we have found is this is a great way to gather assets. As interest rates are continuing to rise, we're seeing competitive numbers out there from the MIGA space. And we're one of the tops in the industry. In a lot of cases, I think we can make the argument that we are the top in the industry due to the fact that all of those features come with the rate that you see on the screen right there right now. So if you have questions on that, again, this is a simple way to maybe go back to your existing clients and say, I understand you have some money in CDs. What's that currently paying you? This gives you a chance to gather some of those assets, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, giving them the ability to reposition it and earn some interest that they're not used to. So we're obviously extremely excited about that as well. We do have pre-approved pieces that IMES has access to that you can send out to your clients, that you can put into a newspaper, however you want to handle it. If that's something that you're interested in doing and gathering some assets, we have great ways and great pieces to do that with. So again, please reach out to your marketer at IMES and they'd be happy to help you with that. Laura, that wraps it up for me. The only thing that I'll add at the very end here, if you want to open it up for questions, or as I mentioned, I suggest you call your marketer at IMES. One of the things I mentioned earlier that I'll continue with is just give us an opportunity, whether it be with the client that you're meeting with coming up, or whether it be with one that you've worked with in the past, just to compare it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how competitive this product really is.
Well, thank you, Jared. We really appreciate your time. I will just throw out one last poll question before we end this. If you do want information on the AIG product, if you want to just answer yes to the question, then I'm going to be calling each and every one of you today as well. But if you answer yes to this, I'll email you out the brochures that we looked at today, and we can do some sample illustrations. So I'll reach out to you and get that information out to you. So if you did want information on that AIG product, just go ahead and answer yes to that. And with that, I don't see that we really have we don't have any questions. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. Thank you, Jared, for joining us today, and hope you all have a good Thursday. Talk to you soon.